All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our continuing education, and this is February the 26th, I think. No, it's the 25th. See, I'm a day ahead. All right. So again, thank you for joining the continuing education. And the topic today is about our healthcare system. And this is a topic that's been coming up a lot, because I've been getting like a lot of the same things happening with people. What is that? And so it's like, I really want to help you look at this and what our healthcare system is like, especially here in the United States. And what is it that we can do to help not only yourself, but how can you help others? And that's an important part, because since this is continuing education about using essential oils, first off, I'm not here to treat, cure, or diagnose anything. All I'm here is to help you get a better understanding about what essential oils are, and then also to realize that there can be some very simple, safe solutions out there for our everyday needs. And so some of these statistics that we have going on in the United States in our healthcare system, it's incredible, for one, and I'm appalled for another. And I'm super excited that we actually have something that we get to use, that we can also share with other people. And that's part of what I want to talk about. So the healthcare system in the United States is truly broken. And I'm sure you probably agree with me. Maybe you don't agree with me. But in my view, the healthcare system is completely broken, because we actually, here in the United States, there are trillions of dollars that are spent on healthcare every single year. Are we getting any better? No. We actually, especially in the United States, our health has gotten worse and not better. And did you know that 55% of American population are on a prescription medication? Now, that doesn't equate for the ones that are on the over-the-counter medications that are out there, or I shouldn't say medications, but they are medications, so over-the-counter remedies, right? So when you think about that's a staggering alarm, and so we wonder why we have a problem with opioids and other medications. But there's some major factors in there that I want to help you understand and help you find those solutions. Now, first off, what are essential oils? Well, essential oils are aromatic compounds that come from plant matter. Don't know if you've researched this or not. Maybe you know this, maybe you don't. But every single plant out there has an essential oil in it. So fruit, for instance, the essential oil comes from the rind, and it's cold pressed. And then you have flowers, stems, leaves, bark. Everything has a way to help that plant either attract, like bees for pollination, or flowers, that's what they do. It's kind of like the lifeblood of the plant. Protects it, it attracts, or it really smells bad. So if you ever smelled skunk cabbage, most of us don't like that smell, but maybe you do. And so if you think about that, those are those aromatic compounds. But in every single essential oil, there are specific compounds that help our bodies in its own healing ability. So if we give our body what it is that we need, it has the ability to heal itself. But in today's world, instant gratification is where it's at, right? That's why there's so many people out there that are on medications, or they're out there on because they want that little blue pill to work overnight. They're out there eating McDonald's, Burger King, all these fast foods because we don't take the time to sit down, create a good meal. What we're doing is we're eating a lot of that fast foods that have a lot of sodium and other things that really our bodies don't need. It doesn't give the nourishment that the body needs. Boxed food, same thing. Now, can we get away from that? It's really difficult, but it is something that can happen, but you want to keep it to just a little bit. Don't be doing that every single day. Fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, be a canner, start canning, especially if you're in an area where you have the ability to get fresh fruits or vegetables, can them so that you have your own every single day or every year, especially during the winter months, right? So that's really important for all of us. Okay, because we need that nutrition. Now, doTERRA is what I teach about, and doTERRA products, because that's my expertise. There are many, many, many other modalities out there, and the number one thing that I want you to know and to be aware of is that just because an essential oil has on the label and it says 100% pure, please make sure that you're always reading the label to make sure that it's not going to tell you where it's from, but you want to make sure of your essential oils because the label will tell you something about that product. There are ones that say only aromatic use only, don't apply to the skin, and not for internal use, right? Why, if you can eat the herb, why would you not be able to place the essential oil on your skin? Or is it like lavender, for instance? Most of us know that lavender is edible, okay? So why would we not be able to put lavender on our skin? So that's a question to really think about. A lot of essential oil companies that are on the market, even though they say that 100% pure, do contain fillers, which are highly toxic to not only you, but your animals too, because I'm very passionate about the animals. They really have to be careful, especially for those things that you're using in your home, like Febreze. And I just appall myself every time I see that commercial of the woman spraying it all around her head, and she's breathing it in with deep breaths, and it's like, I cringe every time I see that particular commercial, and it's like, oh my gosh, are you serious? But that's how they market it, and that's how they get your attention, right? But it's a chemical. You're breathing in a chemical. Really keep that in mind. And, you know, that's what you're using, that's your choice, but just know that that's not what it was intended for. Do your research. Always do your research to know where your essential oils come from. There are people that you can trust to go to that you can look at, see at, and they're very transparent, and that's what I love about doTERRA is they're very transparent about where they are, what they have, and how they're processing everything. If you want to know, all you got to do is go to corporate, call them, whatever you want, and they will tell you exactly. That's what I love about a transparent company. So always know where your essential oils come from. So let's look at how we can keep ourselves healthier, how we can keep ourselves from going to the emergency room. And the statistics back in 2014, now I'm sure it's gone up from there, but I haven't found that statistics yet. There's over 1.3 million people that go to the ER for either adverse side effects from medications or other very simple problems like ADHD, back pain, joint pain, dementia, mild depression, testosterone, low testosterone, How about bone loss? How about high blood pressure or obesity? All these are things that people go to the emergency room for. Why is that? Because they either don't have medication or they don't have insurance. Okay, so they're going to the ER. So that means that us that do have insurance are paying higher costs. And so that's truly not a good place to go, because most of those things, we have the ability to share something that's safe, that's natural for those solutions. We have a solution for those things. But the biggest thing is we need to change our lifestyle, right? Our lifestyle is super important. What are we eating? How often are you going out to McDonald's, right? And what are you cooking at home? And the other thing is, what else are we doing with our life? What are we putting into our bodies? Our bodies are our temples. So we got to make sure that we do well with it. So if we're not eating properly, so this is really all about a lifestyle change, especially even diabetes, pre-diabetic, okay? We get those symptoms, just change your lifestyle. That's reversible. And in a lot of cases it is. What are you putting in your body? How much time are you giving yourself to sleep? Are you not sleeping? Insomnia is one of the ER problems that people go to. It's like, just because you can't sleep, so what are they getting? Mostly antidepressants, right? Because that's what your doctor is going to give you for the most part. What's with that? And so are you going to have side effects with that? Is it really going to help? I talked to a person the other day that, in fact, I've talked to a number of people lately that can't sleep. And it's like, so is there an epidemic going on that people just can't sleep? Have that much stress in their life that they can't sleep, they can't turn this brain off? So that's a very important part. We've got to sleep, right? And we have to at least try to get into that REM sleep. Then it's exercise. What are you doing every day? Now, I don't mean that you have to go to the gym every day. That doesn't mean you have to have a treadmill in the back room, okay? It means that you have to get up, get your heart pumping for at least 5 or 10 minutes every single day. Get the blood flow going. That's important for your body. And if you're not doing that, we just got to do a little bit more. So just get up, go walk outside, go walk around the house, go walk down the driveway and back a couple times. Whatever it takes to get your heart pumping. Got to get that going. So let's talk about some of these issues, okay? First, we already know that life expectancy in the United States is about 76 to 81, okay? And with that life expectancy, I feel we should be living longer because of all the money that's being poured into our healthcare system. But here again, statistics tell us that we spend the most money on our healthcare, and we are the unhealthiest globally. That's pretty sad, considering we're supposed to be such a big, well-organized country, right? People want to come to the United States for a lot of reasons, but our healthcare system totally sucks. And leading cause of death in our country is heart disease, which is usually attributed to stress, the way we eat, our lifestyle that we continue to work with or don't work with. And did you know that COPD, which is coronary artery deficiency, is number 4? So respiratory issues are another leading cause of death in our country. Like, wow. So let's talk about these. So first, the first one I will talk about is something we don't talk about much. So this is Mito 2 Max. This is a supplement that was created for stamina, for extra energy. So if you know anybody that is using it, whoops, I just lost that one on the floor. If they're drinking a lot of energy drinks, first off, those are really super bad for the kidneys and the liver, and it will cause digestive issues. But this is Mito 2 Max, and this is all they need for that extra energy, but it works at a cellular level. And that's what's really fun. Now, these are herbs with essential oils infused in it. And it's really good for that low testosterone. So if you know anybody that is also that low testosterone, those men, you know, they go get a medication. Well, this is an alternative. And it actually has ginseng, ginkgo, ashwagandha. Does anybody know what ashwagandha is? I love that. That actually is an herb, okay? And it's actually a root. We have Q10 in here. We have, what else do we have? We have it's made with a vegetable. So the outer layer or the shell is actually a vegetable. It's not meat-based, so anybody that's vegan can take these. And it's only recommended for 2 a day, maybe in the morning and night. Now, when these came out, when I tried these, taking 4 every day was just, it's way too much for me. So then I backed off to just 1, and then I started working my way to 2. So it just depends on what it is you need. And these are really good if you're traveling and you get over tired. This is a really good product to have on hand. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of details with some of these products because we just don't have the time for that today. And I hope that you will do your research on these. But one of the other things from the ER is bone loss. So women start losing bone in our 20s, okay? It's not when we're 50, it's when we're in our 20s. We start losing bone mass. But men do this as well, just not as fast as women. And so Tara created a really good bone nutrition. This is awesome, okay? It has vitamin C, vitamin D, it has biotin, calcium, and it's marine coral calcium, which is the best that you can get on the planet, okay? You also have magnesium, you have zinc, you have copper, and you have 2 magnesiums. You have magnesium that's at cellulite, I mean, and then you have another one that's from yeast. So there's 2 kinds of magnesium, and for women, we need a lot of magnesium. And this is why it was created, because most of us in doTERRA are women. Out of 7 million people, I think it's probably like 90% are women based. And so we were like, we need this, right? So that's what they did, is created one. Now, what I will say about all of these supplements, they go extremely well with Lifelong Vitality. So this is a supplement pack. So Tara gives it to us at a discount when you're a wholesale member. And this is your nutrition. So if you're not getting the proper, if you're not eating the proper nutrition every day, which most of us are not, we're lacking. And even if we think we are eating healthy, if your body doesn't have what it needs to absorb the nutrients, you will not get what you need. So there are 3 bottles. There's your omegas, it's XE Omega. This is your land and marine based. You have everything in here that you need, but it's 4 different marine based. And then you have the astaxanthin, which is, we were talking about ashwagandha. Astaxanthin is a microalgae. We actually go to the source. So Tara isn't processing fish that eat that algae. And so you're actually getting a full dose of it. Plus it contains your other essential oils like clove, which by the way is your highest antioxidant that you can get on the planet. That's clove. But You have your omegas. We all need brain food, right? This is very important. You have your 6s, your 3s. You have everything you need in here. And then you have your VMZ, which is all of your vitamins and minerals. And it's packed full of vitamins and minerals. There's like 13 servings of fruits and vegetables just in this product alone, okay? And there again, you're going to go through the vitamin C, D, E, K, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B6, folate, vitamin B12, biotin. I'm glad I can read this small print. Can you see that? I'm reading this, and I'm like, there's so much in here, and you have magnesium in here again too, and this is why the bone nutrient works so well with these. And then you have an alpha CRS. Now, if you're doing Mito2 Max, you probably don't need these, and so there's a 2-pack that comes with just your VMZ and your omegas if you don't want this one. But this is the alpha CRS, which also gives us energy at a cellular level again. And so what essential oils have the ability to do is they target where it needs to go. Because it's plant-based, our body, it's a natural thing, our body really needs, it understands what to do with that product and with that essential oil. So if you, I need to get a prop for this, and I keep thinking about this. So if you think about a cell has on the outside, just think of a circle, and on the outside of that circle you smear a bunch of oil on it, okay? I don't care what oil you think about. You can think of olive oil, vegetable oil, whatever. And it's super oily, greasy, right? All of us have had that kind of feel to our fingers. So what happens is with the essential oil actually cleans all that up, makes it nice, shiny, and clean again. That's the receptor sites. It cleans it all up. But the other part of that is that's where the bacteria is on the outside of that cell. But what happens is a virus, if you have that, and if you want something to get rid of bacteria, that's super helpful. But to get rid of the virus, it lives inside the cell. And if you are taking a medication, a lot of your medications are oil-based, right? So if oil and water don't mix, how does a medication get inside a cell? Typically it doesn't. So if you have like a viral infection going on, or something viral in the body, they'll usually tell you go home, it's going to work its way out, drink a lot of fluids, which is very important anyway in our bodies every single day. But what beauty about the essential oils, it actually can permeate that little cell membrane and get inside the cell and inhibit the growth of whatever that virus is. And there's plenty of studies out there to show you this. And I love that aspect of it. But let's go back to the problems of people going to the ER. Back pain, joint pain. How many people do you know that have those issues? Well, we have a solution for that. We have deep blue oil, okay, which is awesome. But we also have it in a cream, so deep blue rub. I swear by this because I use it every day. But if you put the oil on first and then you apply the rub after, it keeps everything there. So like if my knee hurts, I can apply the oil first, apply the rub after, and it's like acts kind of like that Band-Aid would. Okay, it kind of keeps everything right there. It does get into the bloodstream. So what happens is 30 seconds, you get a response from essential oil. It soaks into the skin. And within 20 minutes, every single cell in the body has been affected by an essential oil. So it's a benefit to every single cell within 20 minutes. That's incredible. So if you've got an issue, I could help you with something, and that's where you can share with something. So if people have a headache, temples, right here, back of the neck, behind the ears, whatever it takes. If my heart has palpitations, I can take lavender and put it right over my heart. Wait a few minutes. It probably will slow down. High blood pressure. That's another one that goes to the ER. People that go to the ER for high blood pressure. Well, quit eating so much salt. Start reading labels. Learn to be a label reader, because there's so much hidden sugar and hidden salt in our foods, especially boxed food. Amazing. And when you go out to eat, just limit that. Think about what you're doing. Where's my problem? How can I calm it? And lavender is really good for high blood pressure. Lang Lang, it's spelled Y-L-A-N-G twice, is really good for high blood pressure. But really, when it comes down to like stress, hypertension, those high blood pressure, all of that is smell something that makes you feel good and makes you relax. It could be as simple as smelling lemon. Maybe lemon's your oil. Maybe lavender is your oil. Maybe orange. Well, the orange is your go-to, but whatever oil that makes you just go, yep, yep. But the other thing, when it comes to high blood pressure, that stress mode, take 3 deep breaths. Just breathe in, breathe out. Do that several times. Help your body relax. Say, I got this, right? That's super important, especially if you get into those, if you're one of those that gets an anxiety attack. Oh my gosh. You don't have anything right there. Just breathe. We forget to breathe. Breathe is so relaxing to us. But I will say, when it comes to those things too, take the lid off and breathe several times. Wouldn't it be truly a wonderful thing if you had something in your pocket, or that you give someone something to put in their pocket that they can pull out, take the lid off, and go, oh my gosh, that just made me feel better. Or maybe it's peppermint because they have a upset stomach. Did you know that you can just smell an essential oil and it will help nausea? I've actually had that happen. I was at an airport listening to someone and was like, oh, I didn't mean to overhear your conversation, and gave her some peppermint to smell, and so we went into conversation. A few minutes later, she goes, oh, my tummy doesn't hurt anymore. I'm like, right on. You never know when someone's going to need what we have. But this is the beauty of being able to help and share with, and it doesn't mean do business. It just share the knowledge that you know and that you understand about essential oils, because everybody, I don't care who they are, everybody needs what we have, whether it's this company or another company. That's your choice as well. My choice is doTERRA because they're, again, the company is transparent. Their integrity of a good product is above the roof. And that's where so many other essential oil companies started coming in and following them. So with that said, we have what we need to keep us from the emergency room, or to help people know what they can do in order to not go to that emergency room. What can you share with people? It's be ready. When you go somewhere, take whatever oils you have, take them with you. Because sometimes the oil we think may not be the solution will be the solution for them. And it's better than nothing. Because always just wrap or embrace what you have that can be effective, and it is something that is safe. If we can use it on our children, we do all the time. Just that when you are using on younger people, children especially, you want to dilute it. What do you use for dilution is a carrier oil. Carrier oils like fractionated coconut oil. It's a clear liquid. It's not the coconut oil. You can cook with it still, but it's not the coconut oil that's solid form. It's the best one that you could choose because there is no smell to it. The molecules are small enough that it actually soaks into the skin very quickly. And that's another reason for essential oils, is they soak in so quickly to the skin. That 30 seconds, or when you take the lid off and you're smelling, you immediately know of something, or it reminds you of something. That's the fastest response, is aromatic. Because as soon as you take the lid off, there's an evaporation process, and those molecules attach to the nose hair, which get into the olfactory of the brain and gets into the bloodstream. So remember this the next time, that whatever you have in your home, if you smell it, it's getting into your bloodstream. So what are you putting in your home? What are you using for fragrance in your home? What are you using for fragrance in your carpet? Especially if you have animals, what are you putting in there that you're smelling every day or whenever you do this? There's a lot of synthetics out there, and if you're the plug-in or if it's in a can, there's a lot of chemicals in those. So be very careful about what you're smelling, what you're doing in your own home. So that's kind of my take. A little bit of my take. I mean, we could talk for hours on the healthcare, this broken healthcare system. We have at our fingertips solutions for every single day. And even if it's autism, because autism is another one that there's a lot of things that we talk about for autism. There was one created specifically for that, because usually autism, ADHD, your ADD all need to focus. So there's a blend called Intune that is specifically for focus. But there are some other issues, things that we can do too, like probiotics. I've already been proven to be helpful for those autistic and us that have ADD or ADHD. And doTERRA has a couple of probiotics. We have a PB Assist, which is more of an adult version, and it is a capsule within a capsule. This is what it looks like. It's pretty green. And there are 6 billion CFUs in here that if you're looking for that. And there's also another one called PB Assist Junior, great for the kids, but if you're not a pill taker, this is what it looks like. And it's like it's like sugar, like a pixie stick. And I know a lot of adults that use that. And it's really easy to give to infants or young children, because for an infant, you can just put some on your finger, put it in their mouth. You can put it in their milk, you can put it in their water, whatever way you want to do that. So it's great if they have some tummy issues. Probiotics are a way to go for them. We could talk about so many other things, like digestive issues. Use Digestin or peppermint. Acid reflux could be as simple as using wild orange in your water, or even lemon. And I'm losing my voice, I don't know why. And another thing is always clean up the organs. If you've never done that, Zendocrine is a wonderful product for that. Zendocrine cleans up all the organs, including your skin. And we could go on and on and on, but I want to leave you with this little bit of knowledge, knowing that there is plenty of other resources. There are third-party books, the Essential Life books you can get from oillife.com. You also have a third-party book that is called the Modern Essential Book. You get that at aromatools.com. And there's Google. We have so much information at our fingertips today. And this is another part of that that I like, because you can't go wrong. With over 7 million people, doTERRA is the largest essential oil company in the world for a reason. And that reason is because there's integrity behind the company and the product, and you can't go wrong with it. So I appreciate all of you being on the call today. And my time is about done, because I don't want to waste your day, and we can do a lot of this. If you guys need to get a hold of me, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. And I love having you guys on here. Excuse me. And we will resume next Monday, and let's talk about some more essential oils at that time. And if you'd like to stay on, I'm going to stop the recording, and if you'd like to stay on after and ask questions, I'd be happy to do that. Well, thanks, everyone. Let's see if I can stop the recording.